May all who look at me see you, O Mary. This was the motto of the Venerable Sister Maria Teresa Quevedo, who was known as Teresita by those who were closest to her. We were introduced by Teresita by my kids who had this book. I think that they borrowed it from a friend, and Mary was her life. And they were reading it because we're a homeschooling family. One of them was reading it, and then the others saw it, and they kind of wanted to read it too. So they kind of, and they'd talk about it often, and each kid would kind of, grab it and read it as soon as they could, when the other one put it down. And so anyway, at some point they all had read it, and I kept seeing it around the house, and this really affected my kids in a big way.
So it's been useful to the kids and to us. In the book, we find that she was born in 1930 in Madrid, died in 1950 at the age of 20 of tuberculosis, that she became a Carmelite at age 17, and that Pope John Paul II declared her a Venerable.
The sisters of her convent had a special devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary, and one of her novice sisters said, Teresita did all things with the amiability of Our Lady. And apparently amiability was Teresita's most characteristic virtue. She actually drew up a norm for acquiring amiability, which she printed out on a large card, and you'll find the norm in here. And there are 10 commandments of the Code of Amiability, which you'll find in here. And I remember at some point one of my daughters pointed it out to me, and she said, Mom, this is really a good thing. I want to try to do it myself. And I said, well, go ahead and print it up and put it on your wall. And she did, and she actually became a lot more virtuous, a lot more amiable throughout the house, and it was just noticeable. And at some point I asked her to write it up on our whiteboard, which we have right by our dinner table. And it's still there. And we all were kind of affected, and by looking at it and trying to follow this code of amiability, to become more amiable ourselves. I mean, it's even affected our communication, and that's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah. So that inspired us. The next 10 posts, because there's 10 commandments in the code. We'll just look at them one at a time in the context of communication and marriage. We will see you next time.